What's up, weirdos? It's Jay Kraft, your last chance to evacuate planet Earth before it is recycled, and welcome back to another episode of Universe of Weirdos. A bit of a somber mood. A lot of people have reached out to me that listen to this podcast, and I appreciate it. JCraft247 on Twitter/X, Universe of Weirdos on Instagram, and also planetwnba@gmail.com. And I've had plenty of you reach out to me because we do have our Ron and Fez replay episodes, and yeah, as you can guess, if you know the news, Ron Bennington of the Ron and Fez show has been diagnosed with cancer, and it has been a little bit of a somber mood all week because of it, and I'm here to lift our spirits because most of my comedy buddies, they also looked up to Ron. I also look up to Ron, obviously. We do the Ron and Fez replay, why wouldn't I? And one of the most inspirational, influential men in comedy, I feel like, at least for my little niche group of comedy buddies. And it's been sad, so I'm back to lift my spirits. I'm back to lift your spirits, and I have a special episode that I'm bringing you in honor of Ron Bennington, because one thing that, you know, people, they definitely mention it if they're fans of Ron, but the Ron and Fez show is a hilarious show. It's a great comedy show, but one thing that people kind of, I feel like, underrate Ron Bennington for is his interviewing skills, because he is a fantastic interviewer. He does great interviews with all kinds of different people. He actually has his own Sirius XM interview show called Ron Bennington Interviews. If you have Sirius XM, seek it out, and also seek out Bennington. That's his daily show that he does with his daughter. The only father-daughter show in radio, apparently. But I have a very special episode in honor of the best interviewer that I know, which is Ron Bennington. And this one's all about interviews that maybe don't go all that well. So get ready for this. It's another audio reactions. We're going to go through a lot of these. I'll set up each one. But, you know, there's obviously a whole lot of different kinds of interviews, and one of the biggest types of interviews is those like sports interviews, right? The press junkets where the press gets to ask questions, the media scrums. And this is Chris Paul from the Clippers being asked a really dumb question. So here we go.
Chris, will the Clippers be back here Sunday playing a Game 7?
What?
Your feeling about, you know, your level of confidence that you'll be back here again.
What you think? I'm on the team. What you want me to say? Nah, it's over. I mean, that's what you want to hear? Yes. Come on, man. You've been doing this long enough. Seriously, right?
If you can expand upon that.
No, I don't know.
Can you expand
Everybody
upon
here laughing
that?
for a reason.
Everyone in here is laughing for a reason.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Like, you're going to ask me that stupid shit? What the fuck is that? Yeah, come on. Like, hey, do you think your team's going to win? No. What do you want me to say? No? We're going to fucking lose? A fucking idiot. And, like, dumb questions like that are really weird because, like, also you shouldn't necessarily ask yes or no questions, essentially, which is what that was. If you're wanting, can you expand upon that? Well, no, because you asked me a yes or no question. Is it over for us? No. No, it isn't. What else you got? Fucking dummy. Anyways, that guy went to school for journalism and still asked that dumbass question, but, you know, he got dressed down. Here's another, this one's pretty good. It's really short. Russell Westbrook. I'm not entirely sure what team he was playing for at this time. Probably the Oklahoma City Thunder, but he's played for a million teams, and he got this dumbass question.
Did you guys lose this game, or did the Jazz win this one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Did you guys lose or did you win? Huh? You didn't watch the fucking game? What kind of question is that? Yeah, that N-word was tripping. I don't mind you walking out on that one, Russell Westbrook. But of course, I'm going to wrap up our little NBA trifecta here by playing one of my favorite pieces of NBA audio, and that is when somebody asked Allen Iverson about why he did not show up for practice during a pretty tough week of his life, I guess, and a reporter decided to grill him about missing practice. And well, let's see if we can count how many times Allen Iverson repeats the word practice.
When you just talk about practice, we sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
2.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice.
3.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
4.
Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man.
5.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
6.
I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by example. I know that. And I'm not shoving it aside, like it don't mean anything. I know it's important. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man.
7.
What are we talking about? Practice?
8.
We talking about practice, man.
9.
We talking about practice.
10.
We talking about practice.
11.
We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice, man. When you come in the arena and you see me play, don't you?
Absolutely.
You see me give everything I got, right?
Absolutely.
But we talking about practice right
13.
now. We talking about practice.
14.
Man, I hear you. It's funny to me too. I mean, it's strange to me too. But we talking about practice, man. We're not even talking about the game, the actual game, when it matters. We talking about practice.
Alan, is it possible though that from where he's coming from?
Oh, shut up, lady. What were they talking? They weren't talking about the game, were they? What were they talking about? I don't remember. Were they talking about the game when it mattered, or were they talking about practice? I wasn't really clear on that one. I don't think that he repeated it quite enough. Oh, man. But I kind of get it. It's like, dude, come on. I get it that I'm supposed to be at practice, but you see me fucking playing in the game. I don't know that he should have gone on for a minute and so. He probably could have counted how many times he said the word game in there too, but that's his infamous practice rant. So we talking about practice. Here's Conor McGregor getting angry at a reporter. Let's play this one after a goofy little YouTube ad on a 20-second clip. That's cool. Let's do that. Let's play YouTube ads on a 20-second clip. Get out of here. So anyways, here's Conor McGregor getting mad at a reporter for asking him a stupid question.
You called him a cholo in there. That's kind of racially motivated. Did you mean to say it like that?
Mate, shut the fuck up and get away from me. You're remember that Jesus shit you brought up?
Yeah.
It's such a stupid question, man. What?
It's a question people want to know, man.
You're an idiot.
Shut the fuck up. You're an idiot. You called him a cholo. Was that racially motivated? I mean, obviously. Like, you're trying to get me to say yes, but obviously the answer is yes. I'm just not going to tell you that it was racially motivated. But yes, he called Nate Diaz a cholo. He said he was a cholo wannabe gangster who did gang signs with one hand and made balloon animals with the other. He called him a fake gangster. So that was Conor McGregor getting angry at a reporter. He's not the only one that's gotten angry with a reporter for asking a dumb question, though. Here, we're going to go all the way back, jump into the time machine real quick. 1988. We're going to go back to see Dr. D, David Schultz. He is a professional wrestler, and he gets asked, well, he doesn't get asked, he gets straight up told, I think wrestling's fake. And this is how he decides to respond.
In the wrestling ring led to this real-life brutality.
I think this is fake. You think it's fake?
Get smacked.
What's that? Is that fake? Huh? What the hell's wrong with you? That's open hand slap, huh? You think it's fake?
Slapped him again.
Huh? What do you mean? Fake.
Yeah, fucking, he slapped the shit out of John Stossel for telling him that wrestling was fake, and I'm pretty sure John Stossel sued the shit out of Dr. D, out of the WWF. He sued everybody for that one, so didn't work out too well for him. I do have another wrestling interview, though. Everybody knows the wrestling interviewer from my youth, Mean Gene Okerlund. Always the consummate professional, Mean Gene, the guy who interviewed all of the dudes. You know who he is. He had the horseshoe bald head, the fucking mustache, the 1980s porn mustache. He'd interview all of the guys, and at this particular time, he was kind of left out on his own because he was trying to interview somebody, and they just decided to leave him hanging.
Fellow Texan, going to be going against the likes of strongman Ken Patera. Captain Lou Albano, if I could prevail upon you,
Albano,
sir.
Lou
I saw him
Albano.
wandering around here. I don't know if the great state of Texas or the cities of Dallas, Fort Worth are ready for the likes of Captain Lou Albano. Apparently not, Bobby Heenan. Where the devil is the man? I can't figure it out.
Well, knowing Lou Albano, he's on the phone.
Fucking Bobby,
He's doing some
Bobby
big
the
business.
Brain decided to jump in like, oh, I mean, if he's not here, then fucking let me get a little bit of mic time. Fuck it.
You know, he manages Ken Patera. Ken Patera is a very, very powerful man. In the Olympics and the Pan American Games,
Look at a
he
guy
won
that
5.
big disappeared just out of thin air.
Well, maybe he's called somebody to bail Patera out of jail. Maybe he's in another scrap again. Who knows who he worked over this time? You know, that guy's got a short fuse. His mind's half gone. He's the most wanted wrestler in the world. He's won in 9 states. You know, the guy...
Wait a minute. Well, here's an update. It's 11 states now.
11 states, yeah. And only 12 cases of rape. That ain't bad for the
Only
weekend.
12 cases
No.
of rape.
Yeah. And you should have seen what he did this past Thursday on Thanksgiving.
What'd he do, Gene?
He nailed a turkey from the rear. Fans, stay tuned. We're going to do this one over again.
The one with the big dick.
Who's that,
Yeah,
Big
the one
John
with the-
Studd?
One with the turkey with the pecker on it.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's what happens when Mean Gene wants to interview Captain Lou Albano, and Captain Lou ain't around for it. So he got a little uncomfortable, floundered there for a bit, and Bobby the Brain Heenan decided to bust his balls and talk about rape. And then Big John Studd said a turkey with a big dick. So that one really didn't go all the way that that Mean Gene Okerlund wanted it to go. But I do also have here John Cusack being interviewed by somebody who they confuse him for Kevin Spacey for sure. So here we go.
Nice to see you in a minute.
Sorry. So nice to meet you. It's funny, I actually was just text messaging with a friend because I'm missing class right now.
You are?
And my film class. And it's so funny because they're watching American Beauty today and analyzing it.
American Beauty?
hmm
What's funny about that?
You were in that.
No, it wasn't.
American Beauty?
Nope.
What's the one with the rose petals?
I'm not in that.
That's not you?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
Swear to God.
Am I just very confused?
I think you are.
I think I am. Okay,
I think you're incredibly confused because I am certainly not a gay rapist like fucking Kevin Spacey is. You're confusing me for a pedophile and a dude who's going to get canceled in a few years. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Yeah. Poor John Cusack. Hey, he handled it well, though. Now, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. He could have gotten offended and been like, "Well, you do your fucking research," but he didn't. I guess he was a pretty good interview. One interview that I know was very difficult, especially back in the 90s, was Mike Tyson. He wasn't the easiest person to interview in the late 90s. He had quite an attitude, and it led to a lot of things like this.
Francois Botha, 6-1 underdog. Are there any concerns on your part?
I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about numbers. I just know what I can do.
How about
kill this mother?
Okay. How about the 19 months off?
This is network
What about
news.
it? What about it?
I'm gonna kill this
pose any problem
motherfucker.
to you?
We'll see. I doubt it seriously.
You take into the ring a lot of rage. Does that work for you or does it work against you at times?
You know, who cares? We're in a fight anyway. What does it matter?
Well, for example, rage against Evander Holyfield worked against you.
Well, it. It's a fight. So whatever happens, happens.
Mike, why do you have to talk like that?
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
You know what? I
Turn
think
off your
we'll end the
station.
discussion right now.
Then we could.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
Fuck off. Fuck you, asshole. If you have a problem, turn off your station. Like, the whole entire fucking ABC affiliate's just gonna shut down because Mike Tyson's swearing and they don't like it. If you have a problem with it, turn off your station. And then, of course, Mike also had his issues with women back in the 90s. So here's this super awkward clip.
Wish one of your guys had children so I could kick them in their fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have.
Think you can win this fight?
Are you talking out of turn?
No, I think we're all talking together.
I normally don't do interviews with women unless I fornicate with them. So you shouldn't talk anymore. Unless you want to.
I love it. I love that I hate it. Doesn't it suck when people you really look up to turn out to be gigantic scumbags? That's how I feel about Mike Tyson and a few other people whose works that I have liked over the years, but that's just the way that one goes. But I do have one more Mike Tyson that I'm going to go out on, and it's a post-fight interview. It's not him hyping a fight or doing anything like that. This is, after the fight was over, he emerged victorious, and they wanted to interview him in the ring about his recent victory.
All praise be to my children. I love you. Oh God, man, what?
Is this your shortest fight ever? In any time, amateur, professional ever?
Assalamu alaikum, Maida. I don't know, man. Yeah, Lennox Lewis. Lennox, I'm coming for you.
Mike, is it frustrating to train like you did and then have this in 7 or 8 seconds?
For this fight, I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend, and I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Are you saying now, Mike,
Okay.
Mike?
You want to eat his don't eat his children. I mean, they didn't have anything to do with this, and I don't know if his children are even all that delicious. How are you going to prepare Lennox Lewis's children if you cook them anyways? I would suggest maybe like a smoker, maybe sit like one of the kids, especially if it's a baby, like really low and slow, man. Really cook that fat down, crisp it up a little bit. What the fuck? I'm going to eat his children. I want his heart. I want to eat his children. His defense is impregnable, by the way. You cannot impregnate his defense. We're going to go out with a string of news interviews here. I have some good ones, and this one's pretty fun. Like, now, the problem with news interviews is there's this, like, stereotype of, if you find a ghetto black guy, interview him because it might go viral. So I know, because you guys always give me the suggestions of, if you're doing news stuff, do this. If you're doing sports stuff, do this. So I know I'm going to get a lot of suggestions of, the Acapulco type of lady, and oh Lord, how almighty, there's a fire. There's going to be all the people that want me to play those. But, like, there's just something about, like, that stuff is funny. And it's just like, it just feels a little bit overdone on the racial aspect of me, so I tend to try to stay away from some of that. But here's probably my favorite interviewing a black guy on the news moment, because this guy, he's arrested, he's in the back of the cop car already, and it seems like the news was like, hey, I might as well show up and try to get an interview with this guy. The window's down, fuck it.
Bro, did you break into a house? Did you burglarize a house?
Hell no. Bro, get away from the car, bro. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk.
We were talking before. You were just talking to these officers.
Yeah, well, I don't want to talk to you, though.
Did you break into a house?
No.
Okay, well, why are you in custody, though?
I don't know.
You don't know? You have no idea why you've been arrested?
No idea, sir. Why you got hair coming out your nose?
I'd rather have hair coming out of my nose and
he was like, I'm just fucking with you. What do you want to know?
I ain't breaking no house, though, man.
You didn't break into any house?
What channel this is?
Channel 2.
Channel 2, dude. Hey, man. Y'all
want to say anything to your mom? Or
hey, shout out Channel 2, baby.
My bad, Mom. My bad. I'll be home in a couple days.
My bad, Mom.
Were you hurt when you were running away from...
I'm a bite, my neck. He tased me in the neck, boy. I'm just bullshit.
my neck. Tase me in the neck, player. I'm just bullshitting. But, you know, I feel a little bit weird because, you know, I'm a fucking goofy white dude. But, hey, being a goofy white dude, I've grown up around a lot of rednecks. So, white rednecks, they're always fun to make fun of, right? And I have a nice little trifecta of white rednecks that we can play here. This guy, this is epic car crash guy, George Lindell. So let's see what's going on here.
Well, I was just driving down Northern Avenue, getting ready to pull into Albertsons, and all of a sudden I was just minding my own business. Bam! Hit me hard right from the back. I was glued to my seat. I was like, whoa! I could see the car in front of me. I was about to hit him, so I kind of veered off this way. As I veered off this way, the guy who hit me veered off that other way, and he hit the curb, flipped over, rolled over, run into the electrical pole, and I didn't know he hit the pole. All of a sudden, I kind of stopped, and I was like, whoa! And the wires come down, boom, and then arc, bam, that fire was coming everywhere. It was arcing, sparking, blowing up. I saw one arc.
Do more sound effects?
From my van up to the car behind me. It was like a big rainbow, boom, and it was coming up, boom, boom, and I was like, shoo! So I opened up my door, I didn't touch no metal, and then as I come up, I started to touch the top, and a little spark jumped off. I was like, whoa! I stepped out the rest of the way. Lucky I didn't get burned more. So,
I'm gonna cut him off there for a second. This must be, speaking of interviewing black people on the news and it feeling weird and racial and divisive, this must be how black people feel when they see those ghetto black idiots being interviewed by the news. Because I got that same embarrassment pit in my stomach watching this goofy ass white guy going boom, pop, pop, boom, making these stupid ass faces and just being a complete fucking redneck. I felt it in my chest. It was is not pleasant. It's not pleasant to witness the stereotypes of your race, is it? And then just have to face it fucking dead on. It was really uncomfortable. But speaking of rednecks, they're not just in America. Hell no. Australia has plenty of rednecks too, and here's one very similar in tone.
Oh, well, it's really quite funny. I was in bed sleeping at 2 o'clock this morning. My wife comes in and says, oh, the shop's been, someone ran into the shop. And I said, oh, what? So I jumped out of bed and all I had was my undies on, and I've walked out the front and I've seen the car smashed, and I've seen the bloke walking back to the car. And so I've walked outside and I said, oh, what are you doing, mate? Like, you can't be leaving the scene. And he goes, don't be a hero, mate. And I said, I'm not trying to be a hero, but the police are coming. And he just decided to scoot up the road, and I just said, nah, it's not going on like that, mate. So I jumped in my car and I started chasing him up the road, and then he went down a side street, and then the police were coming, and I flashed them and sent them off in the direction of him. But, mate, all I had was me jocks on. I was chasing him up the street, and I'm just like, mate, like...
Because you told me that this is your mate's shop, and you didn't want him to get away.
Yeah, no. Well, me mate's mum's had this shop for like 40 odd years, and look at it. Look at it. Whoa.
It's a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beyond a mess. Like,
it's crashed
words
into.
Can't explain how it
it
is,
looks
mate.
like a car ran
you
into
managed to
it.
put some pants on in the meantime.
Yeah, mate.
That's good to hear. Do you feel like a hero?
Not really. It's just something you got to do for the community, mate. It's like you look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
There you go. Good attitude. There you go, guys. Daniel, quite the Australian hero here this morning. As for the owners of the fish and chip shop.
There he is. Quite the Australian hero there, Daniel. I said, hey, mate. I don't know. I don't do a very good Australian, I guess, but I don't know. I can do other accents sometimes if they come up. Who knows? But yeah, and I'm going to finish with my favorite redneck on the news. This one's pretty short too, and it's just like I don't know, because the thing that I don't understand about this is you can tell that this guy is a redneck without them even interviewing him, because he's wearing a coonskin cap in the interview like he's Daniel Boone or some shit. and he witnessed a car crash and told the news how it happened, and this is what he had to say.
Police say Dykes tried to rob the bank wearing a mask and holding a weapon. Once clerks alerted the police, he took off and hit a vehicle as he fled from police.
Now he came in Dukes of Hazzard, getting it, digging like that, like Dale Jr., and then hooked up and shot forward. And when he hooked up and shot forward, that's when he came and hit.
He went by me so fast.
Okay, hold on. One more time. He came in digging Dale Jr. like that. One more time, please.
As he fled from police.
Now he came in Dukes of Hazzard, getting it, digging like that, like Dale Jr., and then hooked up and shot forward. And when he hooked up and shot forward, that's when he came and hit.
Okay, well, thank you for letting us know that, you marble-mouthed idiot. A man of few mumbly words, ladies and gentlemen. Little coonskin cat boy. I am going to leave you with one more news interview that did not go as well as this guy thought that he would. I will set this up for you. It is a very old black lady. As a matter of fact, I can tell you how old she is. She's 100 years old. And I know this because that's the reason that the news is interviewing her. So this young reporter shows up at this grandma's house to interview her on her 100th birthday. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Sorry, I already talked over the immediate what could possibly go wrong. What did she say?
You're right. How your dick hanging?
How's your dick hanging?
Talk about your birthday real quick.
All right, Grandma, you shocking your great grandchildren. I want you to know that they have shocked right there.
Oh, my great grand.
Yeah.
Can you answer this question for me? How does it feel to be 100? I feel like a lemon no been squares.
You feel like what?
A lemon no been squares.
Okay. And how many more years? You want another 100, right?
Oh yeah, I want 100 and 100.
So what are you doing to celebrate your birthday?
Huh?
What you doing to celebrate your birthday?
Give me a piece of dick.
I know.
Give me a piece of dick.
Oh!
The dude's like, we can't air this.
And this is live. Live. And I have to get up for that. Oh my. Yeah. The reporter is lost for words.
I mean, it's a good thing it isn't live.
I know, just take a deep breath. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, the reporter's just sitting there embarrassed, like, Jesus.
All right, I'm going to ask you one more question. We're going to hopefully keep it PG.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it PG. What? So what does it mean to you to make it to 100?
One dick.
Mom, come on.
You can't
come
do
on.
that. You can't.
We'll talk about the dick later. Mama. But tell him what it means to you to be 100 years old.
What it means to me to be 100 years old, I can get 100 dicks.
I want to get 100 dicks.
Put that on camera. You can't put that on the news.
You have to talk about something else besides that.
You can't say that on TV. And Mom,
you can't say that on TV.
you raised us to really be good people, to go out and help people, and be the best we could be.
So why don't you talk about
and we
that?
wasn't. You didn't tell us nothing about dicks.
That wasn't part of the conversation.
You never taught us about dicks, Mom.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. If you do this nice, we'll work on you a little bit. Okay?
If you can do this interview nice, we might get you a little bit of dick, Mom.
About how you feel. You're 100 years old, and you know. So don't tell them nothing about no dick.
Yeah. None of that.
None of that. Tell them about that other stuff that the
nice stuff, Grandma.
I need this. Okay.
Don't tell them about no dicks.
Oh, Grandma, you have Mama. When I tell you God, you blessed by God, ain't you?
Oh yeah.
Video.
I'm blessed by dick.
You're blessed by God, ain't you? Oh yeah, I'm blessed by dick.
I got her saying something good. Okay.
So we're good. I was trying to get more, but we're good. You sure you don't want to give up a little more, Mom? How you feel about us?
That motherfucker.
When I get a good dick.
That's enough. Hey, she's on a mission. She's on.
It doesn't matter if I get a good dick. Oh boy, so that's again, that's what that old woman wanted for her birthday. She wanted, if she's 100 years old, she wanted 100 dicks. So that had to be really uncomfortable. And the dude was like, "Yeah, you know what? I think I got enough. We can probably cut around it a little bit." And like, the actual news report was probably, him being, and she was talking about celebrating her life and having a great time, and then the only audio that they used of her was something like yeah like just a very small, like 1-2 word answer, because the only thing she wanted to talk about was getting a piece of dick. How's your dick hanging? It's the first thing that she asked that reporter. How's your dick hanging? Oh boy. So anyways, yeah, that's what happens. That's the nature of interviews, right? I guess that's the nature of interviews. Sometimes they can go wrong, and sometimes they can go wrong very, very spectacularly. But that is going to be it for me for this week. I don't have a whole lot else to talk about. Again, prayers up to Ron Bennington with his recent cancer diagnosis. We're all pulling for you, Ronnie B. And if anybody wants to get a hold of me, you can. planetwnba@gmail.com. jcraft247 on Twitter /X. Universe of Weirdos on Instagram. And find us on all of the socials. You can rate, review, subscribe, give us a thumbs up and 5 stars, all of the good stuff on your podcast platform that you're listening. And again, man, just prayers up to Ronnie B. One of the best interviewers in the business, one of the funniest guys in the business. He does not deserve to be going through the hard times that he's going through, but he's also had one hell of a run, and he's got a lot of people rooting for him. So that in itself is something that can be celebrated. We love you, Ron Bennington. And my heart's been hurting this week, man, but I hope that that news, all the weird interviews and all the weird fuck-ups made you guys feel better. It helped with me a little bit, so I'll be seeing you guys next time around. From the mothership, we are blasting off. See ya!